It's come to our attention that a lot of you may be missing out on a whole mess of other AV Super Friends content. Here's the deal. If you're hearing us only once a month, you're getting ripped off. Seriously. We have over 100 full episodes of content, and you've heard only about 1/3 of that. We release at least 3 shows every month, and you're hearing only one of them. To get the rest, go over to avsuperfriends.com, and you'll find links to your favorite podcast services like Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, and more. But if you want to do it right, you'll subscribe directly to our RSS feed to get each episode right away. Do it now! This is AV Super Friends On Topic, a 30-minute monthly roundtable focused on a single topic. This discussion will be opinionated, to the point, and saturated with our well-known blend of painfully won expertise and deeply ingrained immaturity. For December 2023, it's the best-sounding podcast in higher ed AV. This is the AV Super Friends On Topic, broadcasting live to tape. From coast to coast, easternmost to westernmost, northernmost to southernmost, from gate post to hitching post, I'm your local host who can boast the most milquetoast and utmost humility. I'm Chris Dechter, and it's time for another Friday afternoon podcast adventure. But it's Wednesday, because as we often do, we've had to move schedules around because of annoying schedule conflicts.
I'm here this time, though, so you guys can't talk trash on me not being here.
This time it's a national holiday. Last time it was Mark who had us move things and then canceled because of a conflict, and then turned out was available on the actual day. So,
yeah. It's weird.
But this is all
inside
baseball stuff, and you guys don't care. So let's say hello to today's panel of AV Super Friends. I'm joined by a digital metrics specialist from Kansas City, Jamie Rinehart.
Do I get paid more for that?
No.
Dang.
An investor configuration orchestrator from Corvallis, Oregon, Marc Cholewycynzski.
Happy holidays.
A lead impact technician from Greensboro, North Carolina, Larry Darling.
Woohoo!
And I assume Larry just punches thing with that title. And a human applications synergist from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Justin Rexing.
I think I got demoted.
Again.
Well, you were our regional manager last time.
I got promoted last time.
Well, it was a promotion in title only.
Yeah, well, it was contingent upon output and looking at your metrics here.
It turned out it was a trial period.
Yeah,
and,
I'm not going to argue with you there. Not going to argue with you there.
I'm just looking at the acronyms today. Like Justin's a has, Larry's lit.
I've been a has been. I'm a has been.
Yeah. I didn't go so far with acronyms. I just did the titles. All right. Well, on today's show, we're going to discuss nothing. Not a single useful thing. This is our holiday show. This is the December show. We decided we're going to share our holiday wish list. And we're trying to figure out how this is going to work. I think we all have something that's on our something. Some of us have multiple. That is on our holiday wish list. And a couple of rules on how this is going to work. Guidelines, I guess. We're going to try to describe the items on our wish list in a way that it has to be a real product. This is a real thing. We're not making anything up. We do that enough. But we're going to try to describe the product, service, device, whatever the heck it is, and
interpretive
in
dance
such a way
style,
to allow
you guys
others
won't see it, but it's going to be close. It'll be nice.
Well, we will put it on screen so that people listening can see it.
Yes.
Think about that. And we want the rest of us on the panel. We're going to try to guess and guess what it is as it's being described, with the idea that it will kind of be clear at the end of that. So this is a very visual show, which works great in an audio medium. So everyone, look closely.
I'm not even sure if I'm clear
stereo.
what's going on. God help our listeners, but we're going to figure this out.
This one is purely for entertainment value. Everybody listening, that's what today's all about.
Unlike the rest of our shows, which are chock full of information.
Which are all serious and no jokes and no BS.
There will not be a test today.
All go, no quit. So, because he's nervous about it and concerned, by the way, we have not shared with anyone else what our selected wish list items are. We've given some vague clues and things, but again, it has to be a real thing. And Larry is super concerned that somebody else has selected his, so he wants to go first.
And the market's tight. There's not enough room for everybody to get one.
And I'm concerned that Larry has mine, so we're going to find out.
Now we've got double concern. Why don't you both go at the same time, describing as loudly as you can? All right. So Larry,
shotgun.
Shotgun?
Okay.
Wait. Okay, that means you're second, so it's okay.
I'm going after Larry.
Yeah, so Larry's going to go, then Justin, because both of them are concerned that
we're going to fight it out.
Yes. All right. So, Larry, the floor is yours to describe your preferred holiday wish list item, and we will all try to guess.
Okay, so when you start talking about holiday wish lists,
DMPS. Oh, sorry.
Candy cane.
This isn't going to go well.
It has to be AV and IT related, right? So it's
Oh crap! Now you tell me. So, like, my son has started to put together his holiday wish list thing, and he's 10, and he
Legos.
wants something like a squishmallow, whatever that is. And I just kept
those
thinking,
things.
like,
They're
toys today
Squishmallow.
are so much worse than they were back when we were kids. And I'm the oldest one here, so my toys are better than yours. But, like, I had G.I. Joe, I had He-Man, I had Transformers. Like, I had the good stuff that had a purpose.
You had a bunch of dolls.
Oh, dude. Action figures. But I had cool stuff back then.
Dude dolls. They're different.
I think our industry is kind of the same way. Like, I've been in the industry 23 years now, 24, somewhere like that. And the stuff that was around when I first got here had a reason for being there. Like, if we were making a conference room and the conference room was going to be used for video conferencing, we would have a box in the room that would kind of control the experience of the people inside the room.
You want a Tandberg codec? Is that what you
I thought that was just for like
made
contract.
them,
That was a way to get rid of
Picturetel
money.
made them.
Yeah.
Picture
But
tell.
Our client has too
would-
much money. Here's some codecs.
Yeah, it was a box that
VTEL
was in a
made
bill.
them.
Yeah.
But it would determine like what went on the screens. You could feed cameras into it, and it would both control the cameras and send the cameras to the far side. You could schedule the room with it. You could
I know what this is. I'm not saying the word
feed
though.
content to it from another PC so that you wouldn't have to run your PowerPoint presentation on the same machine
I
that
know
you're
what this
running
is.
the
but I'm
call
not fucking
from.
saying
You
it,
want a
Larry.
Cisco SX80. That's what you're getting.
No, that is not it. Like, I've used those.
I'm not saying
I
it.
do not want that.
You're getting
Fine,
But
I'll
it's
say
just
it.
like you
want a
have the
computer.
ability to.
Compute.
No, I do it. I definitely do not want a compute.
Oh, okay. I was
That
wrong.
is
Okay,
definitely
good.
not what I
All
want.
right, good. All right. You're back in my.
Was it
you're
all
back
in
the winning
one or
saddle.
like
Okay.
weird? Because I remember some of those had weird connectors and shit that went with it.
Oh, they
Was
all
it-
did. They were all proprietary nonsense.
It was all SCART.
So you want proprietary nonsense?
No,
This
I
is
don't
your
want
wish
the,
list.
You want commodity stuff, is what I'm hearing.
Is it a Polycom sound structure?
Those are nice, actually.
My God.
I'm going to send you
I've
to
lost Larry.
Actually, I want an old VTEL which you had
You
to
want
like
that?
rebuild before
You want a
installed.
telepresence set up is in your classroom? Is that what you want right now?
Are you wanting a Teams
ISDN
room?
Only 21 by 9.
telepresence.
You want 21 by 9 Teams room?
No, I don't want that. Not in a classroom.
Anybody.
That's what you need.
21 by 9 Zoom room.
I don't want that either. So
Not
that's
in
on my
details.
wish list. Yeah.
Okay. So you want that room experience.
I want something I can control that controls the room and makes everything just work. So when Microsoft pushes an update, all my devices don't become enabled again.
Well, let me reach down
So
in
like
my
a-
bag
a
here.
control
You're,
system
you're
offline?
getting a Teams room, Larry. That's what you're getting. As much as
don't
you
want that.
hate
You're
it,
describing
that's what
a
you're getting.
Teams room.
I'm not.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Well, if not, I mean, I have a stack
I
of
don't
extra
know.
codecs over here I could ship you. That just holding down the.
Is it a
earth.
Tandberg 323 ISDN based codec? Because that's what it sounds like.
They probably used to be. But now it's a compute. I want to compute.
But I said that.
But that you can actually use.
But he doesn't
Yes,
want
I
it.
want a compute that I can use that's an
Oh,
appliance.
but not
that's
an actual
not-
compute.
But not the way they're being sold right now.
Oh.
Like,
I
Or
want
just
to
put it
compute
on the
into the trap.
DRZ for cloud access. It's fine.
I'm with you.
I fell
I
into the
want
trap.
it. But
So
the things
good
that are
one,
out there
Larry.
are not it. So I
Exactly.
agree.
Mark knows what I'm talking about.
I know, yeah.
So,
I know exactly what you want.
A modern day codec that has all of the included things, right? That you can send control commands to. It can also kind of do some control commands, that you can do scheduling, that weird ass every Tuesday evening at 11:38 p.m. updates don't ruin.
But you want to spend $2,000 on a license per year to keep it running.
If it does exactly
It's
what I
exactly what he
want,
wants.
yes. Like
Dude,
if it
You want
fits
a hot
within
tub
its
time
little
machine
lane,
is what you want. You just want a hot tub time machine. That's all
Alright,
you need. You just want to go back in
modern day-
time.
I'm okay with it because I almost
out the
wanted the
glory
same
years.
thing. I almost wanted the same thing, Larry, and I'm with you on it because you want all that feature. You just don't want the way that it's being rolled out right now. It's a little bit too early, and I agree. I'd love to have all that same feature set in my space, but I'm not thrilled about buying a proprietary compute.
in theory, it's great. In practice, it doesn't work
Sucks. Yeah. Well, okay.
Cool.
Don't get that. If you want
What was the item now?
yet. It's a compute.
it's a computer running insert.
It's a modern
So it's made
day
today, but it's
codec.
not.
It's
what
a
he
modern
wants
day
exactly.
codec, but they
It's a
don't
modern
actually
day
make what I
codec,
want. What I want is the compute as it's being sold.
Yeah.
I'm
But it's
with
not,
you,
it's
Larry.
not even
Good
what you
job.
think it is.
That dumb Logitech thing came close.
I like it.
It came close. I was really interested in that, actually.
Larry, let me ask you this question. How many widgets or tchotchkes are attached to the back of said compute?
Ideally,
that's his
0.
point.
Okay, see, yeah, that would be that would be the rub then. It's without all the nonsense. Okay.
Yeah, it just works that you plug in your good video feed, your good audio feed.
Could I interest
and
you in
it
immersive
works.
solstice?
No.
That is the correct answer.
I have
Can
some.
I just sell you the license structure, but no solstice?
Yeah, I tell you what. Can we sign you up for the annual service package, and we just will never deliver it.
That's what we're.
That
fine.
saves
just
the
send you a
time of
software.
it stopping to work at certain
We're
points.
going to have
so we'll
the
just skip that
AVSF
step.
licensing certificate. You just keep paying us every year an exorbitant amount of money and you get nothing out of it. Perfect.
I like it. Because invariably,
That's a good
whatever the thing
business
is that you're
model.
paying the license fee for will fail at some point. We're just going to skip that step. We know 3 years from now the thing's going to die.
Lifetime
so we'll just
warranty.
skip that.
Lifetime warranty.
And lifetime service as well.
Whose
And
life?
service.
Yours or mine, one of the two.
It will do nothing forever, and you just keep paying. Okay.
But it will do
All
it
right,
well.
Justin, I guess you're up, man.
I'm up. Oh,
Yeah, still
okay.
yours?
So this is mostly real. I'm a couple comments might have fudged it, but we'll see how it goes here. So I'm looking for a way to send video or audio on the network directly from a computer. Okay. Then I also need
Zoom?
this computer to bring audio and video in from other endpoints.
Zoom?
And it needs to be.
You're just talking about
Open
NDI
source?
at this point.
I don't want NDI. I don't want NDI, Chris.
Well, you didn't say that at the beginning.
Okay, you don't
But
need
here's
that.
but
Okay.
follow me here.
Okay.
We did say open
Technically,
source.
it's
And then I would also
Don't buy new
like
tech.
yeah, I would also like this technology to be widely adopted. And really I'm looking for it to not have any special administrator rights to run on a PC. It just would run natively in the background. And I need it to always work. Like I don't need it to crash every hour.
That was the piece. Okay, that always
Oh,
works.
all right.
and
All right.
I would
FaceTime.
really like it to support HDCP and
VGA.
EID.
Oh, crap. There I go.
Let's see.
HTC
and it-
enabled VGA.
And it needs to have the ability to bring in other widgets and tchotchkes like joystick controllers and things. But yes, you're right.
Whoa.
It's the
Where'd that
it's the
come from?
NDI technology,
So you
but
want an
it's not
Xbox?
NDI as of today because it is every time that I deploy this, it just runs me over. And I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do it because it's easy to deploy until it's not working the next day.
Don't do that.
And then it sucks.
How long do you need to work for? Forever?
I need it to work at least like for a week
Enough for the
Just
check
enough
to
for
clear.
the check to clear. Yeah,
Like just like a net 30. Like if I could get this son bitch to work for net 30, I'd be great.
just it needs to work for net 30. That's okay.
Yeah, man. Seriously. So we just deployed some NDI stuff, and it sucks.
So it isn't yet.
I hate it. It is
The
NDI.
direct in and out of the computer is so tempting.
No, it's
If
not.
it wasn't such a pain in the ass to implement on an
It
enterprise
just doesn't
level.
work. It doesn't fucking work, man. It just doesn't work. It works, then it doesn't work. Then sometimes it works, and then it doesn't work.
It's not designed to be static. It wants to like be set up in the morning and taken down at night.
Yeah, it really needs
I don't
a
even
lot
have
of manipulation.
It's just your requirement that really hangs me up a lot on it is that requirement to get it directly in and out of the PC.
Yeah.
What about WebRTC? Could we do this with WebRTC? Because that's open source.
Maybe.
And just as functionally unreliable as NDI. So that's
NDI was so promising when it came out,
Yeah,
and now it's
it
just
was.
kicking us in the balls.
Well, and WebRTC's been doing the same thing for
Yeah,
8-10 years, that this will work with anything, and you just open this library, and there are enough implementations of it that it works, but it's still like this weird kind of like software add-in thing for other apps. It's like it's not its own thing. It's like when will a Microsoft, Apple, somebody just build that into the OS at the OS level and just let me just, send and receive at that point?
And NDI needs to have one standard. That would be great.
No, it has
One that
NDI
works.
asterisk
/HX /
lightweight.
whoever else comes with some other shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That was mine. Who's next?
All right, so my wish list. One of the no, I
start
did not
sprinkling
wish
these
for ho ho ho.
That's expensive.
Timing is everything.
It's not expensive in certain areas.
Yeah, I guess
Sometimes it's just a 6-pack at the bar.
Market dependent. Yes.
But
Exactly.
I've had some. I have like this need for. We all have this need to. How do we ingest some of these audio and video things, right? USB device, right? Because now we're trying to get, whether it's Teams or Zooms and we know that the software direct route like NDI is a little clunky in our enterprise world.
Sketchy at best.
Sketchy at
with
best.
peril.
So that leads us into the widget world.
AV Bridge?
AV Bridge world, yes, and I'm kind of looking at
No, the
AV
Vadio
Bridge
AV Bridge.
ish.
Remember
AV
those
Bridge ish,
things?
no, because
Man.
I have soured upon Vadio, so no. But ish, yes, the AV Bridge ish. I'd love it to have like between 2 and 4 baseband video input, whether it's HDMI or
only
SDI.
one. Only
No,
one.
2 to 4. 2 to 4.
We'll give you 1 you want and 3 you absolutely will never use.
I'll give you 2,
get-
but they're mirrored inputs.
I'm going to give you
Inputs.
DVI and DisplayPort.
Yeah, there you go. I'll give you DisplayPort and component.
VGA.
These
that
are
shit out.
interesting.
Composite
So
video
anyway,
with no audio.
Composite 8K only. HDMI.
Fine. Then
Yellow
I'll
only.
limit it down to HDMI and SDI. 2 to 4,
I'm with you.
1 of
I'm
each,
with you.
2 of
Okay.
each, whatever.
I got
No,
you.
but Jamie, those are 2 different SKUs. So you pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this shouldn't be 2 SKUs. It probably is 2
It
SKUs.
invariably will be, yes.
It will
We
be.
heard you loud and clear. Here are 2 different products. Damn it.
Yeah, here's two very different things. I would also like that don't work together.
Yeah, incompatible.
You can't cascade these. I would
The
also love
computer
it to
season
be,
is the same.
to be able to ingest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good luck. Do you want to be able to rename them so they can show up correctly as USB? Because if
No,
not,
because
No,
the
hell
whole
no.
bridge, the input is
Hell
just
no.
what you need, right? It's so
You
I
plug
would
in
love
6
for
of
it
them,
to-
they all
to be
say
able to
USB
ingest
device.
some sort of it's got to be generic driver.
And you can't rename them.
Yeah, just click
The
on
name- the
video
name has
and
the
pick
MAC address in it.
generic. Don't worry about it. Generic 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot. I'd love for it to be able to have some sort of IP ingest, the NDI, SRT, 2110, whatever. Give me some, and like just 1 or 2 streams. It doesn't have to be crazy. I don't need to max out gigabit streams here. And then, for God's sakes, give me an analog input. That's not a headphone jack.
Unbalanced.
That's not a headphone jack.
Unbalanced stereo.
Are you sure?
Is it? You said an audio input. Wasn't headphones output and then input and output?
No. There's devices. They're similar to this. Okay. This video ingest, this bridge, this switcher that may be made by a magic company out there that the only audio in is on a freaking 1/8" connector. ATM. All right, that's not it.
That's not it.
The ATEM switcher, yeah, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. But kind
of. It's a nice product.
I will say
that nice
that does almost everything you need, but
it does almost everything I need. That's my point. I just, if it had some IP ingest, it'd be great.
But Jamie, they offer a fine selection of widgets you could also buy as part of that.
All kinds of widgets that I don't want. And I would, again, I said it needed to have that USB connection to the computer. An IP out would be wonderful too. But if I can ingest a stream, why can't I get a stream coming out of it?
Why can't you digest
and then control. Just some control, a basic API. So that I can... I don't want it to have a whole bunch of buttons on the front and as
just a sleek black box with no buttons,
T-bar,
no screen, nothing. Yeah.
How about buttons on the top?
On the bottom,
again, not necessarily ATM.
That's where the USB goes.
On the bottom, yes.
Not
on its side.
Epifan's really close too.
The Pearl
nice. Product is really
that Pearl
close
Mini,
too.
I like that for some specific, unique boutique unicorn situations.
But it just isn't there yet, right? It's not exactly what I want.
There's no buttons on that one. It's all freaking touch screen.
It's just a touch screen.
On the web interface.
Yeah.
Yeah, a touch screen that doesn't have all the features you want.
And it doesn't have USB. It doesn't have USB capture.
No, it doesn't. I wanted that thing to be like a Zoom interface, and it was so close.
Right? It's so close, but it's not there. And I would like it to be less than the $7,000 that maybe a certain Japanese company that we like, Panasonic, is offering their little video switcher that does all this stuff.
It works really well too.
Yeah, for $7,000, it better.
Get you a full-fledged broadcast mixer switcher for that.
Comes with a very pleasant man to run it for you.
That's my wish list. I mean, we've already said I like the ATM Mini, but it just is missing a few things. I like the Pearl, just missing a few things. I like the Panasonic. I don't like the audio. I don't.
You need to be able to buy it from Monoprice.
I don't even care if it comes from Monoprice, man.
Oh,
it can come from Walmart.
It can come from Walmart. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Wow.
It's just as good. Yeah.
It's like,
well,
so you guys, am I crazy? Is this a device? If I went to ask Santa Claus for this, is this going to show up for his Christmas?
No,
I doubt it.
I feel like I'm going to get you look into the bag. The closest thing I have is probably going to be the Epiphan with a couple widgets. I feel like that's
and I hate that because of the lack
of
control surfaces. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw in the laptop.
And I don't
free.
like those IO-Genie.
Like
even the IO-Genie things aren't close enough. I mean, they're close, but they're not there.
They're not quite. Yeah.
What if we were to pair something like the Epiphan Pearl series with one of the outboard? Who's the guys in Kansas who make the cool physical interfaces, the AVB interfaces?
Oh, Mystery Electronics.
Mystery Electronics, yes. By the way, anyone
really like
looking
their
for
product,
a very slick physical production control interface to talk to your AVB-enabled devices, Mystery Electronics, highly recommend check them out.
They have plugins for BIAMP QSC. Oh, I really enjoy it. Now, you are going to spend monend on it, but
what about
it's
the Danish
not
guys,
project.
Scarhoy. What about we could use one of those?
You could do those. Those are
those are cool too.
If you're up for if you're a glutton for punishment and want to make something like that go, they're pretty rock solid.
All right, but that's what I wish for. We'll see.
Okay, well that's fair enough. I'm gonna do my wish, but I'm gonna grant you all the dream as part of mine. You all have described these scenarios that
standards-based IP video.
No, I'm gonna give you just.
Jamie, there's plenty of standards. You just
my dream for the AV industry at large in higher education. I dream of this day is that there will come a time where all of your stuff can talk to your computer on the same network.
Blasphemy.
I wish for us all to get there.
There is a time, Mark, that it used to be that way.
I know, but maybe we'll go back to that at some point in time. We'll have all these segregated networks. I have a dream
do that today.
that we will
You just
have
can't
no
have the
segregation
computer
on a
have an
network. It'll be
internet.
nice. Yes. Anyway,
Like, your
that's
computer can't use the internet, but that can be done like tomorrow. I can build you that shit tomorrow, Mark. No problem.
I know. If I had one wish for you all listening, I wish all of your network that you have would play well with one another, and we can all live in peace. A nice, happy holiday network peace. But we're not getting that anytime
What
soon.
will we do?
It's like an aquarium fish, which follows my finger. They play well together. They just never actually interact.
Yeah. Anyway, my Christmas wish is I want this for like productivity's sake. I want something that allows me to take like all my Internet of Things and
IFTT.
no.
If
All my Internet of
that
Things.
website.
And then I can also take like
It's fine.
my support desk and their information and stitch it together so that we could
Room view.
actually no
Zoom
have that. That's
dashboard.
definitely not it. It's
Teams dashboard.
no. But I thought hard for a moment.
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh.
So something.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, I wanted to aggregate my real time connectivity to my Internet of Things, my endpoints. I can also put my knowledge base in there, or give it access to it.
Sure, it's not room view.
It's not for me. and then it will communicate with my support staff and give us usage, metrics. It's not room view. I promise you,
I'm
it's
not going to
not
say it
room
again,
view.
man. You were describing it.
But it'll also allow us to query it and have like an LLM experience of sort. And this is for my student. This is my Christmas wish for my students.
I got it.
Okay,
I know
what is it? What is it?
Global viewer.
Global viewer enterprise, Justin.
No, you're close. You're close.
Okay.
But no. But I need to be able to run reports
How
without
about
having to be a
Liberty
SQL
CX
database
Detect?
expert.
Could we use that?
I think there's a lot of stuff we could chain together and apply a lot of like administrative hours to that'll get me here. But
Team dynamics.
Definitely
God,
not.
no.
It's definitely not team dynamics.
I'd rather get kicked in the teeth.
Is that on your wish list?
To get kicked in the teeth. I get that every day. I don't need to wish for that. That's easy. Just hang out.
Every day I log into
Just
Team
happens.
Dynamics. Yep.
But that'll give us a little more insight, right? So, and this is like for my support staff, for the students,
AI
but
can
also
we have
to
AI in there? Like a
oh yeah,
sprinkle of
I
AI?
want to have it. It needs the AI to be able to give me that interaction where I can query it and say, hey, give me a report on like what's being used the most and the support tickets and blah blah blah. Just really quick and talk to it like LLM, and then I can then feed that to my admin to like keep them at bay, right? And I will share the thing that I thought was really, really close, and I thought was right
Is
there.
that big software-driven dashboard
Review.
thing for the command centers that I can't remember the name of?
But not that one. No, it's not Userful.
Userful.
But
That's the one.
I like Userful, and that's a whole interesting can of worms. But the closest thing I came across as I was looking through my Sears catalog to try to find out what this thing was.
Still got a Sears catalog?
Yeah, if you don't get that, well, it's the Amazon one now. The kids circle all the stuff. And I want this.
that's
And by
weird.
the time
I
I
shipped it out, by the way. Yes.
now that after 3 months everything's circled, I'm like, so what is it that you actually want
Yep.
in this thing? So, anyway, it was the teleportivity software. I was so fascinated by that software.
It was really intriguing,
Oh man,
wasn't it?
but it really made me think. I'm like, man, I really can see this day where all of our stuff and all of our things are connected in this AI environment and the big data and us to really get there. I want a product that's gonna get us there, and I know you guys have it. And I don't know what it is exactly. Maybe it's teleportivity, maybe it's something different. But you guys all have deep pockets, and I want you to think of me when you're out there perusing software solutions for me.
Who are you
Could this
talking
possibly
to?
be something that we could ask Microsoft to write for us? Because they're great at this stuff.
They
Teams
are convinced they
dashboard.
already have it,
I
and
said
they're
that
trying to
earlier.
give it to me, and it hasn't worked yet. So
Yeah, it's a shared Excel spreadsheet, that one.
I'm just bummed because they're going to take the wiki feature off of my Teams. I mean, what am I going to do without a wiki?
You don't need that.
Yeah.
So I do want some of the AI, some persistent connectivity to my Internet of Things, and some reporting and some support, all in like a nice cloud platform. I really want that.
I think if you ask Teams to do that for you, they would just deliver you like a 98-inch display with touch enabled and hang it on your office wall and say, good luck.
That may and or may not have already happened, Justin.
Oh.
And if all your rooms are in it, it actually kind of does it.
Anyway, that's what I want. I want a really nice, robust AI platform for AV that allows me to have some insight and make some data-driven decisions. Isn't that what you all want? I mean, let's be real.
No. If you make data-driven, intelligent decisions, then I'm going to intelligent my way right out of a job.
That's a precedent that probably shouldn't be set.
I know, intelligence and AV. Give me a freaking break. That's why we're all in this industry, because we're not intelligent, and they still give us engineer titles.
What's a whole other topic? Chris, you've been good and bad all year. What do you want to wish for Christmas?
Only mediocre. Lukewarm. Not hot, not cold.
You've been incredibly average all year. I mean, looking at your metrics from last year,
average.
Adequacy level 2.
I'm trying to. I got the metrics from last year. I'm just trying to line up with that.
That sounds like my performance evaluation.
No decrease in performance. No improvement.
Is that your goal? Like, is that your goal? Like, I want to do it just as good as I did last year.
Yeah,
but I can get all
adjust
those
it for
scores
inflation.
in my annual eval. Nope, no adjustment. All those scores in my annual eval to just line up every year, straight line when they look at that graph.
Like, man, this guy was a model of consistency.
And then at the very end, I'm going to do one thing slightly better.
Meal.
So,
one better. Wow, this guy's really outperforming himself.
This guy's great. It doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low on his emotions. He's right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Straight shooter.
All right, so
upper middle management all over him.
Here's the item that I want, and this is a real thing. I want an oversized display with an integrated and lightweight security vulnerable operating system.
With touch.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
No.
Rewind that about 30 seconds and start over again, because I don't think anybody heard it correctly.
Oh, I heard it.
I want an oversized display with an integrated, lightweight, and security vulnerable operating system.
Okay, so you narrowed the market down to everything still. Okay, so.
With touch capability, with an integrated but yet very basic webcam, and a minimal microphone array. Let me finish.
Why do you want this?
Ideally, on some sort of highly proprietary stand and or wheeled cart, locked to a single, highly suspect, and definitely not best-of-breed video conferencing platform with incredibly poor deployment tools.
Are you talking about the thing that showed up here in my office like 2 weeks ago?
Yes, I want a Microsoft Surface bullshit display thingy.
Oh, I thought you were going down the Jamboard route that they just
No,
ditched.
Everyone who bought in the Jamboard, suckers.
I like Jamboard.
I'm not saying the concept wasn't bad, but it's Google, and they can't.
Yeah, I know you really like the Microsoft one, but could I interest you in some client-facing ports that may or may not get things jammed into them in the middle of class?
Wait, Jamboard had that too.
Yeah, you're going to want that.
All right, so
I find it very intriguing that those things run on Android.
This one doesn't.
And or Windows also been hacked. All right. Here's the other thing I want. And this is the most. I'll just preface this. This is the most important item in any learning space. The most, bar none. The number one thing that everyone thinks about. The number one thing that people talk about. The number one thing that is of concern. Not quite. More important.
It's
more important.
Chairs and furniture.
So this is it's going to be new, but also made from recycled materials. It's going to be highly colorful. It's going to be flexible and wheeled with some storage for student stuff.
Oh, it's chairs.
No chairs.
It's chairs.
It has only 3 legs, but it also spins and rotates. It will not last for more than a year or two. And it is absolutely critical to the operation of a learning space.
Wait. Does it have the little wheels that lock when you sit down so you can't roll around? But when you stand up, you can push them like a hockey puck.
Yeah, like casters. Yeah. Yeah, and these are those bullshit chairs that everyone likes to talk about.
Yeah.
Because you know who doesn't care about, just warning people out there, you know who doesn't care about chairs in their classrooms? Anybody.
Students.
So students, yeah.
Wyoming, all empty room. Bring your own chair. Yeah. I don't care. Bring your own comfort. Bunch of lawn chairs out there.
BYOC. You bring your own chair.
Bring your own comfort.
Just throw up a hay bale in there and call it a day.
All right, so I did have two others here real quick. And Mark, you started talking about one of them here. And I want a centralized asset management and remote support console.
Room view.
But
is that even still a thing?
Yes, but I want it, and here's the rub. I want it fully populated with retroactive control programming to provide all the proper metrics and real-time system information.
There's like, he's like, you can have my review right now. It comes loaded with retro programs, ready to go.
Right. And the cool thing is, I've got all these spaces out there talking to Fusion without any of those frickin' hooks. So we're going back through and slowly rewriting all to include all those hooks because thanks.
Wouldn't it be just easier to get rid of it?
And get room view?
That is easy.
Get rid of it.
No, Larry, I'm saying we have it. It's there. It does that. The programs don't actually report any of that shit because when somebody wrote it years ago, they took the easy way out.
To Jamie's point, it's easier just to get rid of it.
It is. So I'm also doing that at the same time, right? We're going to see which one gets there first, replacing or updating the stuff.
I have seen so many codes out there where they fake the feedback anyway. Just fake the data. It's all good.
Then what's the point of the data?
That's dirty. We can't get this to report back,
now.
so we're just going to create a loop back and self-report.
And the thing is,
they won't know.
And we've talked about this a number of times. The nonsense. Let's just say the nonsense that went on here for the last 10 years, and the stuff is I'm kind of trying to lift them out of that sort of that fuzz,
that funk. They're in a funk.
That funk. I'm pretty sure that's pretty common. There's a lot of schools out there who have minimal deployments of these things, and they have a central console that does like the minimum. Stuff is online. I can remote into it, etc. There's some limited information coming out of it, but nowhere near to the level that it should. And so when you're looking at that question, Jamie, to your point about do I migrate this from on-prem to cloud? No, I'm just going to turn it off. So because it doesn't do shit.
No news is good news.
I'm willing to bet there's a whole bunch out there that they have multiple of these that
we're going to see a lot
installed for them by some integrator.
Yes,
we're going to see a lot of this.
Sell you this management system.
Plus,
I have one
if you get rid of it.
They said we're going to connect you to Enterprise Connect, and then didn't put any network jacks on it, so it can't actually talk
to wireless
to Enterprise. But they paid for the license to be monitored. I'm like, oh my god!
If you get rid of it, Chris, then you won't have any flashy lights, and you'll actually have less work because you won't have to run to rooms all the time with the flashy lights on your dashboard.
However,
Just
when the
phones,
CEO walks by, you won't have that dashboard that looks like you.
You want
are
that
monitoring
dashboard.
everything.
You can
just
just
take a
take
screenshot of the dashboard. I just put it up.
Exactly. I was about to say that, Chris.
Just
Just take a
it's just your
screenshot of the
background on
dashboard
your
and put it up on the big monitor in the
All I do
office,
is-
and it's all green. Everything looks good. We're like, hey,
No, there's two
Take
that
the
are red, so it
video
looks like
feed
it.
from their office and just put it up there so that they see them. Like, that's my office.
We should
watch
all
you.
get a link to Mark's dashboard because his dashboard is better than ours.
You want that one?
And have that up in our rooms.
By the way, speaking of dashboards, it amuses me because I mean, having seen this and done this correctly multiple times, it's it is a lift here to do that. But I was on a tour, a tour at another university. Let's say it that way, a tour at another university, and I won't say which one.
Also known
Is
as a
it
job
in LA?
interview.
But UNLV.
Okay.
And it was funny because as we're going through, and Frank and his team, Frank and Rohan, these guys have a very cool setup, and
They're on it
kudos to
down
them
there,
for that. But they have some displays with the dashboard of stuff running, coming, and I believe they're running it's coming out of Fusion because it's Crestron. And there were people stopping and taking pictures of the dashboard, and my reaction was like, "Have you never seen this before?" And then I realized that there's a lot of schools out there who probably have not ever seen that or purposefully used that.
It blows people's minds, man. When you have like my current dashboard need right now is the client-facing like Amazon thing. Like everybody wants their project. They want to know exactly where their project is. They want to know how many stops away their new classroom is going to be. Like your order is out for delivery. That's the experience they want to have for their classroom like refresh. So I'm busy rebuilding that now to give them that like you are here and we will be there tomorrow morning to install and swing hammers and make noise. So coming soon to a show near you, we'll be getting into like how to build a client-facing AV-centric dashboard.
And I will say there are a lot of, to that point, because I've investigated the same thing, there are a lot of products out there that purport to do some level of project management, or more importantly, the high-level project portfolio management. And Team Dynamics is one of them. And it is, I'll just say this. No, it doesn't do any of that. So it's
you got to pay for that module, by the way. It's an extra
no, we already
module.
have it. We own the module. We own the license for the module. I looked into it the other day, went through it with one of our admins. Yeah, it doesn't do it. It's clearly somebody shoehorned that in there so they could put like another little tab on the website and sell you
But
that.
we have project management. Look, there's a tab for it.
This is of very little value. It would be of more value to build it in SharePoint manually. So, by the way, Microsoft Planner, Microsoft Tasks, and Microsoft Project also do not do that. Project is very specific to one type of project management. Does not do portfolio management very well. So, yeah, it's a whole mess.
I don't think you're doing any of those things, Chris.
No. Yeah, why not? Come on, it's
because I'm looking at your metrics and you didn't do anything above and beyond what you did last year.
I am straight even on the metrics. It's fine, right?
So you get exactly what you have now.
I don't even know why you need a dashboard to tell you about all the stuff that you're trying to remove. I'm a little.
I want the dashboard with a performance graph that's flat as well. Just
look at this. Just a consistency. Man,
just go over to the med school and just get an EKG and just let it run.
And where it says uptime, it says yes.
It says yes, we are uptime.
Until it says no.
All right. Well, let's hear from Drunk Santa again.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas.
Oh, he's had a few too many. So hopefully we'll all get these things in our Christmas stocking.
Yeah.
Some sort.
But
I don't know.
Speaking of other Christmas festivities, Chris.
Speaking of Christmas stockings. Yeah, so here's an announcement for those of you listening right now. And if you're listening to this after the fact, tough, you missed it.
We still expect it, so. Yeah.
On December 15th, we are doing another AV Super Friends live holiday spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And it will probably be slightly more spectacular than last year. Or slightly less. Or maybe
probably less.
The same.
Probably the same.
We're going to flatline that shit.
We are going to just run that show again and see if anyone notices. But no, we're going to have some special guests on. We're going to talk about some odds and ends, have some fun stuff on there. However, for those of you listening right now, especially to list, we're going to call it the AV manufacturers out there or our friends in the industry, anybody at other schools, we would like you to send us some little tchotchkes, little
token
widgets, little things for Christmas tree ornaments. We're going to have a AV Super Friends Christmas tree. We want to populate that Christmas tree with ornaments from you, the listening audience out there. And so
we will give you something back. If you send us something, we're going to send you something.
That's true. We have, and I'll just phrase it this way, some leftover swag that we need to get out to you, the listener. So as a thank you, we will turn stuff around. So yes, if you send us, something to put on the Christmas tree, we will send you something in return. It may or may not be of equipment value. Depends.
Chris, with the way you said leftover swag, it's going to make people run to the store and get an ornament and send it right away.
We don't want them to go to the store and get an ornament.
Okay, Justin, thank you. We do not want ornaments. We want stuff from, I guess it could be an ornament.
It could be an ornament.
We want stuff from your organization, your company, your institution, your school, your university. So we can show that off on the AV Super Friends Christmas tree. So don't go out and buy like a Christmas tree ornament. But if there is a Christmas tree ornament that has like your school logo or your company logo on it, you want to send us that would be great. We will put that on the Christmas tree.
Put a note in there. We might read those on the live show. So it's interactive. So.
And don't send us like an MPS or anything because we can't hang that off a tree. So
we'll hang.
However, if you have a VGA to BNC adapter, that would make a nice ornament.
One of those 5-wire breakouts.
5-wire breakouts.
That'd be kind of cool.
Put where it came from so we know, so it's clear on the tree.
We're gonna get a box of 50 of those.
So
how do they find out how to ship it to us, Chris?
Contact us at mailbag@avsuperfriends.com. Email there, or you can ping us on Twitter @avsuperfriends. Or on LinkedIn, which is whatever the hell LinkedIn's thing is.
If you have that.
Yeah.
Or just call us, whatever.
AV Super Friends on LinkedIn. I don't know how the LinkedIn messaging works as far as you can't really send it to a person. You have to go to like the page and then
we'll get it.
Whatever. Anyway.
The interns will get it.
I'll figure it out.
That's 3 ways to get a hold of us. You can also call Justin direct at 1-900-Hulkamania.
AV under the table.
Yeah.
So I guess, so we want stuff to show off, and we're going to have a live feed. We're still trying to figure the logistics of it. I think we'll try to have the live feed running.
Yeah, we'll run it
all the time anyway, so you can kind of see what's going on with the AV Super Friends Christmas tree.
Cool.
It might have a fireplace behind it.
Maybe.
There might just be a fire behind it based on our...
Could be just a fire.
Exactly. You never know what's going to happen.
It will be installed and wired by a licensed electrician who may or may not have let his license lapse.
When was he licensed originally?
Oh, it wasn't licensed.
Are we going to get a real tree? Chris, you going to go chop down a tree off the campus and just stick it outside your window?
I cannot tell a lie. I did not chop down that tree. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yep. Thanks for putting up with yet another episode of AV Super Friends On Topic. You can contact us with questions, topic ideas, or general complaints at avsuperfriends.com.
Nice work, everyone. Sharp broadcast. Really good. Everyone on the floor as well. Really a lot of hustle. I liked it.
The opinions expressed by the AV Super Friends are solely those of the individuals and do not represent their respective institutions, organizations, companies, or clients. AV Super Friends On Topic is an independent production wholly owned and operated by AV Super Friends, LLC. For the highest quality recording of all of our shows, visit avsuperfriends.com.